Islam family, peace and love. I want to go in today on kind of a sensitive topic, but I know this really hit home, especially with a lot of our sisters out here with this Breonna Taylor situation. Uh, the Breonna Taylor problem, and then the answers to the issues with what really happened. It's pretty deep. Um, I don't want to go too into the case and things of that sort because it's pretty much public knowledge. But the biggest of problem that I could see from the outside looking in, because I definitely don't have all the facts and details. Um, but what it appears is that the settlement, which happened with the family before the officers were charged, was probably part of the issue. Um, to my understanding, it was the brother uh, Benjamin Crump who was the lawyer for that, and he's a settlement lawyer. So, um, quite possibly, you know, the settlement was okay. You're gonna take this money, but at the same time, they have to, or they're gonna let the cops go, and they may have presented to them or to the family what they considered to be evidence. Um, Even though, frankly, it was probably all horseshit. From everything that I heard, it doesn't sit right with me either. You know, I know it doesn't sit right with a lot of people, but nationality is the answer to this problem. Getting yourself right, getting your people right, and when these things do happen, not taking the settlement without getting justice. Making that a stipulation of you even accepting a settlement is that these people are gonna have to get charged. You know, there's pretty much no way around that I can see um, that's operable because it does happen. Um, and my wife and I, we found instances where Europeans who were shot, their families got money, and they also um, had justice as far as the officer being arrested or things of that sort. So it's definitely possible, um, but we need to stay on top of things as far as when it comes to law, knowing the law, and being able to implement it, knowing who to call, trusting our people. Um, I'm sure many people reached out to the family, Moors, and things of that sort. And just people that know law in general to help. And our people need to know who to trust and who to accept help from. Um, you know, these fancy lawyers popping up, so-called fancy lawyers popping up out of the woodworks, that help out with every single one of these cases that's been going down and no one gets justice. That's not gonna work any longer. We have to pursue the justice ourselves. If we don't pursue it ourselves, it won't get done. Um, and the thing is, we have to be competent enough to fight these people in the courts and be prepared if stuff is happening out of court. I'm not gonna get into that, but you know what I'm saying. But you know, when you see all the unrest after a decision like that comes down, cops start getting shot. Hey, that's karma, but it's not enough because the offenders were still not charged properly. You know, and if the local courts can't do it, we have to know how to take things up to a higher court, how to appeal, and not be bound by a settlement to not appeal when these kind of things happen. Um, like I say, I don't have all the details, so I don't know if there was any express contractual agreement along the lines of these things, but it appeared to be. Just off the simple fact of how it went down. And I don't think anyone would deny that, even with the family saying that they were outraged that the people were getting off. Um, with them being in a state of emotional distress, they may have signed documents that they didn't realize that they were signing, saying, hey, you need to sign this paperwork to get your money, but not knowing the full contents of it. And it's the same thing they do. You could call it threat, duress, and coercion. What people like to rely on. But in a sense, after something like that happens, you are under duress, and you know they try and coerce you into signing your rights away, your life away, if possible, in certain situations. These things do come up, and you know, I'm gonna try and do some things, do some more videos, teachings specifically for our sisters to help out the ummis that are out here really trying um, to get everything together, being their proper person. Um, because that not only helps out in these type of negative situations, but it also helps you out being set up for good things and be able to take advantage of opportunities that you can't necessarily take advantage of as a U.S. citizen, uh, and in the dead status of a Negro, black, or color. You know, um, it's hard to get past this one. But we can continue to fight. If anybody has contact with the sister's family, um, they need to be up on this information, know about nationality. Um, you know, I'm really lost for words. You know, but in this kind of situation, it's real hard to digest when you know what to do and how to help, but can't get to the people. You um, so we just have to keep spreading the word. Waking people up, getting them into nationality and birthrights. That's the only remedy to fight these people and to prevent these things from happening. Peace and love, family.